Good morning. I'm Evan Schiff, the Event Director for African Utility Week, and welcome to the briefing for the EU Pavilion taking place at African Utility Week Conference and Exhibition this year in May in Cape Town. I really would like to apologize for not having anybody there with you in person. We would have loved to have been able to do so. So we've done the next best thing. We'd just like to do a quick video, give you some explanations in terms of what is African Utility Week, how can you best take advantage of your time and your experience at the show, and how can we help you deliver on your ROI and your business in Africa and your business opportunities in Africa. So without further ado, I'll be going through the presentation, just looking at what we're going to be covering today, giving you some idea on what is African Utility Week, what is the structure, who comes to the show, what kind of an audience can you expect there, then looking at how can we assist you in terms of ensuring you get exposure at the event, ensuring you get the right meetings at the event, and of course ensuring that you get to sit in front of your customer and your correct profile of person coming to the show. And again, we are about the business, we're about that platform and creating those opportunities for engagement, and we'd really like to do our best to help you achieve that for the show. Very importantly, we will make this presentation available to you after the briefing, and if you have any questions, Margot said very kindly that she will collect those for us, and we will get back to you directly with any particular concerns or any particular issues that you might have, and we'll go through it from there. So, what is African Utility Week? First of all, we've been going, this will be our 18th year. We are the largest gathering for the sub-Saharan African power and water industries. We take place in Cape Town. We have been, this will be our 5th year, if I'm not mistaken, in Cape Town. We are organized by Spintelligent, which is a wholly owned division of Clarion Events Worldwide, which is the 3rd largest privately held events company in the world. So we've got a good strong track record in Africa, in business-to-business events, and particularly in power events. African Utility Week is our longest running show, and it is in fact our flagship event. So we're very proud of what the event is. We're very proud of the level of support and goodwill within the industry that we have, and we'd like to share that with you and welcome you into this tradition, and welcome into you for hopefully further opportunities beyond 2018. So there are 4 main components of the event. Our exhibition, there is content, learning, there's our networking, which is connections, and there are co-located events, which are partners that we've welcomed on board and made them part of the family. And again, all of these particular elements are designed to attract a different audience and to make sure that we've got the right spread of people from amongst the energy and the water value chains, that you can achieve what you need to achieve at the show. I'll go through very briefly each of these different elements and show you opportunities and what can actually be available there. So our expo, we take of the exhibition, we are in the Cape Town International Convention Centre, as I've said, which is on the foreshore of Cape Town, and I'll just go to our floor plan, and this will give you that idea of where we are. So this is 2 buildings. This is CTRCC1 on this side. You are in that space there. We'll send this through to you, but that's where the EU Pavilion stand is. And then this is CTRCC2, which is the new expansion to the Convention Centre, and this is our 1st year that we're expanding into that new venue. We're very excited about doing that. So how is this floor plan made up? How is it divided? On this side, in CTRCC1, we've got our transmission and distribution that incorporates metering as well, exhibitors. We've got our ICT and our digital utility elements, and we've got our new disruptive technologies and our new innovative technologies happening all in this particular hall. We're very strong and we grew out of being a metering show. We're very strong in transmission distribution, in metering, in demand side management, all those sorts of elements and all those sorts of parts of the value chain, and that's where you find these exhibitors. Items in green are sold exhibition spaces. Items in red are our matchmaking areas and our feature areas. So just to put you in the picture, delegate catering is here. We've got our African Energy Elites Lounge. We've got our matchmaking lounge happening inside, and we've got free to attend technical workshops in those red stands right there. So the point of the exhibition obviously is to provide you with that stand, that place that people can come and find you, and the place to do business, and you can gather from the attendees that come to the show. We're expecting in excess of 7,500 attendees, and our attendees are made up of strategic conference delegates. There were approximately 1,500, 1,800 of those strategic delegates coming from across the continent and across the world. And then we've got attendees that make up the rest of that number. And attendees are made up of exhibitors and of free-to-attend visitors, who are technical people that come for free to have access to the show floor and to have access to the content on the technical workshops, which I'll get into very briefly. On this side here, we've got our water track, we've got our generation track, and then we've got some of our side events and our co-located events, our Gas to Power conference, we've got our Nuclear Power Africa conference. So all those things are happening on this side as well as our finance and investment forum, and things like our off-grid and mini-grid discussions will be happening on this side. So that is our floor plan, and that puts you, I think, in the picture a little bit. This is all approximately 14 or 15,000 square meters gross, so just to give you an idea of the size and of the scale of the show. Moving on to the next thing, the content. So as per an exhibition, you as an exhibitor have come because you need an audience. We have a team of producers, and we do a lot of work with the African utility and the African buy-side sector. We spend a lot of time in territory. We've got other events that happen in East and West Africa and in Central Africa. So all of that is built up with our production team to find the best content. What is keeping a utility executive up at night? What is keeping a mini-grid generation company up at night? What are the opportunities that are available? What are the funding opportunities? What has been happening in the industry that we can then cover, and we can provide those opportunities for learning. So this is where it all hits the ground, that we put on a 6-track strategic conference. We do technical site visits that have touring opportunities. We go to Robben Island, we give them a tour of the solar installation on Robben Island, and then of course you get to visit Robben Island as well. We go to wine farms, we go to technical installations, we do water installations. So there's learning and taking full advantage of the fact that Cape Town is one of the Cape Town Table Mountain, one of the 7 wonders of the world. This is a top tourist destination in South Africa and Africa, and it really is quite a pleasant place to come to. So we provide that opportunity for people to come through. Our strategic utility CEO forum is a closed doors opportunity for power and water CEOs in 2 separate streams to come together and to discuss items that are of interest to them without ministries, without regulators. It really is that opportunity for peer-to-peer connection and learning that we facilitate for them. We do a lot of engagement interaction during the course of the year, and then we bring on selected partners that can help progress that conversation and provide those opportunities for the utilities to connect and to learn from each other. In terms of our conference, we cover the full value chain, as I said earlier, finance and investment. We've got generation, we've got Energy Revolution Africa, which looks at the latest technologies and looks at the latest business models in terms of from an off-grid, a small-scale embedded generation point of view, and then the metering data management, ICT, all those sorts of elements I look at on our 6-track conference, including that water conference as well. And then our technical workshops, as I said, those are free to attend. The whole conference is CPD accredited, so engineers attending can get their training points as well, and we're endorsed by the South African Institute of Electrical Engineers. So we carry full accreditation for the conference. In terms of networking, obviously very, very important. Why come to a conference, why come to an exhibition? Because you get in front of that audience and you get the opportunity to share a drink, to have a conversation, to bump into somebody that it would take you a plane flight, very many phone calls, and then sitting in their office to try and get that meeting and to get that FaceTime. We bring them to this event, we bring them to this conference, and we provide lots of opportunities for you to connect with them. So we've got our business-to-business matchmaking service. As an exhibitor, you get access into that matchmaking service. We'll need information from you. We'll match you up with the customer that you most need to see, and then we'll provide the opportunities for those meetings that you can, before you get on the plane to Cape Town, you already know you've got meetings set up with your customers, something we're very proud of. We've got breakfast functions, we've got free to attend cocktail functions that happen each evening on the show floor. We've got things like our Women in Power lunch, which kind of gathers the African women in power, I suppose, that provides them the opportunity to connect, to engage, to network. So it's really finding these different audiences and these different groupings of like-minded individual and providing space for them to come and space for you and for everybody else to connect and to grow those relationships. And then finally, our African Utility Week Industry Awards. It happens on the night of Wednesday, the 16th of May. And this is a black tie gala dinner function. This is our 4th year running the awards, and we honor people within the industry for the year. We've got a Lifetime Achievement Award, we've got Power Utility of the Year, Water Utility of the Year, Project of the Year, Deal of the Year, Small Scale, Grid Tied, Utility Scale. So we've got about 12 event categories in total. And again, just a really fantastic evening. There's entertainment, there's really good food, it's a 3-course dinner, it's a black tie or traditional dress event. And again, it gives you that other opportunity of some great engagement and a really fun time to being out. Event structure, co-located events. Again, we're bringing on board partners and associations that provide those different facets and are content experts in their field in order to make sure that we're attracting the right audience and providing them with the best content for that. So Africa Utilities Technology Council, again, that's looking at your big data, networking, cybersecurity, all those sorts of issues as utilities modernize and move forward. NCPC, the National Cleaner Production Center, they work with South African manufacturers and industrial customers on energy efficiency and on small scale embedded generation, consulting, business modeling, that kind of thing. So we'll be doing a workshop with them, and they're taking space on the exhibition floor as well. The Green Building Council South Africa are going to be running a Smart and Resilient Cities free to attend conference track. GIZ, who is the development agency, are going to be running one of their training sessions, one of their learning sessions alongside the show. Nuclear Power Africa, as we know, nuclear is a very big issue in Africa and particularly within South Africa at the moment. So the Nuclear Industry Association of South Africa uses this opportunity to have a conversation about that. Our Gas to Power World Congress, that's organized by our sister company, and that gathers high-level oil, gas, and kind of mid to downstream executives with government to talk about what is happening with gas and gas to power on the African continent. About 250, 300 very senior attendees to that conference, and they enter and exit through the exhibition floor. And then finally, our African Real Estate and Infrastructure Summit, again looking at a co-located event from one of our sister divisions, and that gathers together those large property owners and property developers to talk about real estate, but of course that also is an overlap audience with the energy sector. So something that we're quite proud of, and we do a lot of work to make sure we bring in these audiences and we're getting the right people coming down. Audience breakdown, our buy-side industries, we've got developers, contractors, EPCs, utilities, of course, African utilities, consultants, large power users, municipality, government, financial, and then others. So your consulting, your legal side, I think I said that already. You're looking at regulators, you're looking at national ministries, you're looking at local government, municipalities, last mile providers, you're looking at academics, consultants. So it really is a very broad umbrella that we gather, and because of all of those different elements and all of those different all that different content that we have at the show really does provide that opportunities for you to find the content that most that you are interested in, and then of course for our exhibitors to connect with those people and find the right profile and the right seniority of person to actually connect to. Looking at seniority, 12% of our attendees are C-suite, MD board member level, 15% are a director or head of a business unit, and 21% are a manager of a business unit or a division. So we do get a decision-making level of attendee to the show. These are people that do have buying power and would be the right profile of customer for you to speak to. Excuse me. In terms of the geographic breakdown, we have over 90 countries attending worldwide, globally. As you would know, strong European presence, US presence, Australian, but particularly from a buy-side, from an audience buy-side breakdown, we've got over 35, I think is here, African countries that do attend, many of whom send utility, regulator, ministerial, well, not ministerial, but ministry, government level attendees to come to the show to connect. So we're very well covered depending on where your territory is, and we'd love to hear more about your ideal customer, and we can see what we can do to ensure that they are there if they're not already coming, and that you can connect with them. Marketing opportunities. So we have a full in-house marketing team, and part of their role, besides making sure that African Utility Week is heard, is spoken about, and is leading this conversation on the continent, is also to make sure that we can support you in getting the right exposure and in getting the right meetings and attendance at the show. So my marketing team is available at all times. I've got their contact details are at the end of the presentation, and they're really there to take the information that you send and to get as much information from you as possible in terms of who you want to speak to, what your customers are, what your product or service is, and what makes you unique. What are your USPs? We can use that information. We've got a number of different channels in order to get this out for you and to make sure that it comes forward. So, marketing opportunities. We've got our premier host publication, ESI Africa. This is a Spintelligent company, Spintelligent journal, and we get distribution throughout the continent. And then if you are interested in the African energy space, chances are you're reading ESI. So we've got content opportunities, PR opportunities, and advertising opportunities available there. And then we connect you with our other premier media partners as well, so that you can make sure you're getting that right exposure. We've got print and online opportunities. These are just some of the media partners that we've got partnering with the event and that come and attend the event. Again, there are opportunities here. I suggest you reach out, connect with Zara. You'll find her contact details at the end of the presentation, and she can work with you in terms of making sure you're getting the exposure and you are speaking to the right audience before you come to the show. We also provide you with a lot of material and custom landing pages and banners that you can use on your websites. You can use as email signatures, and we really recommend that you do, especially if you are already active in Africa, you send these out to your databases. So both for existing business and then of course new business that you hope to attend, we can provide you with those tools and branded materials to invite people to come and visit you on the stand and to invite people to come and visit you at the show. We've got a lot of research that shows that the more that exhibitors do this kind of activity and the more proactive that exhibitors are in terms of connecting with their market before they come to the show, the more successful their show actually is. Their customers appreciate being invited to the show, they appreciate the opportunity to connect at the show, and it really shows that level of relationship building and care that you have taken the trouble to do this, and that you are thinking of them and would like to see them in person, because I'm sure you get so few opportunities to connect like that anyway. Some new technologies that we're introducing this year. We've got a product called Feather, and what Feather essentially does is we are providing each and every exhibitor with their own custom designed landing page on our website and their custom designed customized registration links. So when you send these out to your data, whenever anybody clicks on that link or through the link registers to attend the event, you get that information. So you get the contact details, you get whatever information we gather when they register, that goes straight to you, and that allows you to make contact, to build a profile before you come, and of course to actually set that meeting up. So in terms of that lead generation, we've invested quite heavily in this new technology. It works very, very well, and it's all about you getting involved, being proactive, and using what is available in order to make sure that we get the best opportunity available for you. Email signatures, PDF banners, and we can customize these for you with your own logos, with your own information. Again, just make contact with Zara and she can help you do that. In terms of the show guide, you get an existing listing already in the show guide. We do have enhanced opportunities. Again, you can make contact with Zara and you can order either a standout, enhanced thing, a logo, bigger logo, premier position, there's advertising in the show guide. So all of these are available to you in order to enhance your exposure. One thing that is very important, please, if you have not received this already, I'm hoping you'll receive it very shortly, is to complete your information. We need information about you so we can be sure we're communicating that information before you arrive, and that more importantly, we know the kind of customer profile you're looking for, and we can assist you in reaching and in connecting with those people. So if you haven't got this already, we'll make sure you get it very shortly, and then please, if you can send these back and start engaging, start connecting with us, start sending us information, you'll have a more successful, more enjoyable, certainly, show. In terms of marketing opportunities, as I said, we really want to encourage your clients and contacts to register and come to the expo. It is for free. They don't have to pay anything to come visit you on the expo to get those technical workshops, but they can buy a conference pass if they so desire. And by the way, you also get a conference pass, year one conference pass as well, so you can also go to all the sessions if you'd like to. We have a range of sponsorship activities still. You can sponsor one of the technical workshops, health, safety and maintenance, asset management, our innovation hub, smart and resilient cities, all the topics that I went through before. There are still sponsorship opportunities available. There's speaking opportunities available if you would like them. Have a look at the content, see what fits most with what you do and the services that you offer, and then let us know and we can build packages for you. Likewise, we still have event category sponsors, sponsorships if you'd like, Grid-Tied Renewable Energy, Power Utility of the Year, Innovative Technology of the Year, exactly I've been saying. So these opportunities are still available. Likewise, branding sponsorship. The major elements are gone, our lanyard, our delegates, our visitor bags, but we do still have things like the delegate lunch area to sponsor. We have things like meeting areas to sponsor, cocktail function, the closing cocktail function, all those sorts of things. So these are things that are still available to you should you be interested. I'm not going to go into these details too much now. We'll deal with your stand builder and with Margot directly on these sorts of elements. One important deadline that we would like you to take care of is the 30th of March to get that exhibitor information form back to us so we can make sure you're on the website, you're in the show guide, and then we start building that profile for you. Again, I'm not going through all these things, but Margot will be helping you with the logistics of your travel, of your arrival. That should all be taken care of, and we'll be dealing with Margot to make sure that's in place. In terms of operational requirements, again, Margot and the EU Commission is taking care of all the stuff with us on your behalf, so there's not anything you need to worry about there. Oh, what we do need is your registration for your booth personnel, please, and all those names. But again, we'll work with Margot in order to make that happen. Finally, our team contact details. Myself, Evan Schiff, Loden Sito for any enhanced marketing opportunities that you might be interested in. He's the best contact. Chanel George, our operations manager. You shouldn't have anything really that you need from an operational standpoint, but these are things like additional plug points, additional passes, ordering catering or cocktails or cleaning, all those sorts of operational elements. And then Zara, who I mentioned before, your marketing specialist. I do recommend that you make contact with Zara. She's lovely. She's there to help. She's really willing to help, and she's very good at what she does. So make contact with her. She can help you find the right audience, define your goals, define what it is you want to get out of the show, and help you actually deliver on that. And that's it. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you found it interesting. We are very, very excited to welcome you to Cape Town in a couple of months' time. And my team is here, ready, waiting and willing to assist you on this journey. We want it to be successful for you. We want you to have an amazing experience at the show. And of course, we want you to successfully achieve on your business goals. Contact us if you have any information. And thank you and bye-bye.